look at this Arsenal side now, and it's disappointment here tonight. You know, they finished second in the league, and instead of being happy, it feels dead. It feels there's not that level of excitement. This Arsenal side this season was expected to win something, and they haven't done that this year.
I think you're right, Les, and as well, I agree with what you're saying, Paul. There is progression in a lot of aspects, but I've no doubt that Arsenal and Arsenal fans and the manager will look at it as this is the big miss. This was the biggest miss of all because Manchester City have lost 9 matches this season. And for you, at the start of the year, if someone said that was going to happen, if it was only one contender, it has to be Arsenal. And for them to not be as close to Liverpool as what they've been, to some of the performances haven't been good enough, over-reliant on set pieces, not enough quality at times, and Paul's right, they need a killer in front of goal. The only one that you would say that's going clean through on goal that you'd really want to take that opportunity would be Bukayo Saka. Apart from that, everyone else doesn't really, are they clinical finishers? And that's been a difference. Liverpool have 4 of them. So that would be an area certainly is going to strengthen. It looks like they're going to be getting Gyökeres from Sporting. Who knows how he's going to do? He's obviously got a lot of qualities. He was at Brighton, then he went to Coventry. He's done really well at Sporting. That's an area they're going to try to address. But no doubt at all, you can dress this up as a real positive if you want. Say second again, it's not good enough this season. This will be the big miss for him because Man City in other years have been so good.
Yeah, but disrespectful to Liverpool. Liverpool are a good team.
No,
this team are not coming from nowhere. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool should have won the league last year. You know, they were in the box seat. You know, they get beat at home to Crystal Palace, and it went then. You know, they're a good team. It's not like they've won it on.
I've said that
but it's not like they've won it on 60 or 70 points. They've been brilliant
but
up
to
until
not be
they've
as
won the
close
league.
to them. That's what I'm saying, Paul. But I'm not
Yeah,
Paul
but
saying this
it's
is Liverpool
very
being
hard, though,
unbelievable.
James, when you get what's saying.
Not.
It's very hard when you're juggling Champions League and that. You know, they had that big game against Real Madrid.
Yeah, so were Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool went out. You know, but they'd already Arsenal were chasing them at the time, and then they sort of threw their eggs into one basket, and then it was PSG, because you're thinking they beat PSG, they're going to win the Champions League, you know, just beat Real Madrid. But Real Madrid wasn't as good as what everybody thought they were. And I think that's the thing. And this problem is with this Arsenal team, it's all right, I'm saying, and I'm trying to back them up and say, you know, they're a good team, but you've got to win something. It's not easy. You know, it's not easy. Every time it gets to, like, latter stages, they go, and I know people go, oh, they were ruthless last year and they just put their foot wrong once against Villa. But they did put their foot wrong. You know, all they had to do was be patient and win that game. I was here that day and they lost the game and Man City went perfect. But again, today, you know, last week, you know, next year they might have to go and beat Liverpool away and beat Newcastle at home. And it just, I don't know, it's not as easy as what people think to keep on, to win something, and they keep on falling short. And sometimes people fall short. You know, it becomes normal. Do you know what I mean? It becomes natural. It's hard, and that would be my worry. I think Arteta has got till Christmas, till everybody starts. I mean, they will have to be in the top 2 at Christmas to keep on going.
You think he's got to win something next season?
Yeah, I think next season. I think 4. Do you know what I mean? I think if he gets to 4 and then no, you know, you can't because everybody wants to play for Arsenal. Do you know, people will come to Arsenal, so it's not like they're stretching to get players. And they've got the money. For me, yeah, next year he's got to be in the top 2 by Christmas.
Or?
They'll go for someone else. They will. It's timings. You know, you have timings. You've got to make opportunities. When it's your time, you've got to make it count. You see it go in circles. You know, teams like, look at Liverpool. They went 30 years, nearly 30 years without a title. A club like that. You know, and then all of a sudden it comes round. Now, bang, they win trophies. You know, they're there or thereabouts again. You know, Man City. I remember I was at Wembley yesterday at Man City. I remember when they were needing to score against Gillingham. You know, and look at it now. Like I walked out yesterday, and I'm walking behind the fans, and it was like, that's how it was. It was like there was
something next season.
Yeah, there was no devastation. It was like, and I'm thinking, well, I ain't sure about that. I think again, that's turning. They're not going to win 16 games on the trot next year. You know, and you've got to make it count. You know, Man United were dominant. Look at them now. You know, and I just think they have to make it count. And I think this is the last year. And before you know it, after that. I think people like Saka, Jamie. I think people like Saka next year, if they don't win anything, will be going, wait there, Anita, I need to start winning stuff. You know, I want to win trophies.
I see Arsenal and Liverpool. I think Manchester City have got a big rebuild. It's not going to be as easy for them as thinking that all of a sudden they're getting Rodri back and everything's going to be perfect again. It's going to be a lot more difficult than that. You've lost one of the best central midfield players in Premier League history that would get you out of trouble time and time again in Kevin De Bruyne. It's very difficult to find those types of players. So I do feel that the two best sides again will be Arsenal and Liverpool next season.
Is there a worry or something that maybe that Arsenal need to balance when they're making decisions potentially at Christmas time next year, that Mikel Arteta has brought them this far, taken them from a team that wasn't challenging for the league title to a team that 3 seasons in a row has finished second, has qualified for the Champions League, reached the semi-finals of for the Premier League and reached the semi-finals of the Champions League this season. Is there a danger that they interrupt that progress if they make a change, do you think?
I'm hoping. I expect them to be in the top 2 next season. You know, I think it's only out of them and Liverpool again. But they will have to get over the line come what may. Yeah, it all depends who's around. They'll have to make that decision. You can't keep on. The fans will soon start getting fed up. And especially if Tottenham go and win Wednesday night. I'm not getting away from it.
This is the elephant in the room, isn't it? They could end up, Spurs could end up this season having qualified for the Champions League and with a trophy. And yes, a much lower finish in the league in what's been a really difficult season for them. But you could argue, or you could certainly have a kind of pub argument about who's had the better season there.
You look at what you're saying, and you're saying, like, you know, last season it was Arsenal and Man City. You know, you're challenging Man City, you're challenging Man City. And I think if you spoke to most people at the start of this season, they would have had Arsenal as finishing above Man City. Arsenal finishing above Man City. They've done that. But now Liverpool have overtaken them. So it's Arsenal and Liverpool. At some stage, you need to be the team. You need to be the team that wins it. And Arsenal, each year, great finish second 3 times, but after that, people want you to win it. You have to win something. You have to come back with something. And Arsenal still look away from doing that.
About, when you ask that question to Paul about stopping the progress, look what Arne Slot did in a year. He turned them into title winners. So it can happen. So look, I think Mikel is right. He's done so many good things at his club. They're short of a couple of players. It's been proven, but they do need a striker. Whatever way you dress it up, you can't say, because you'd rather have someone trying to finish opportunities that they've missed this year. That that short of centre forward.
Tottenham winning a couple on Wednesday might just give them the lift they need.
Give who the lift they need? I'm not sure it's going to give Arsenal any kind of lift.